Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am your entrepreneurship tutor, Professor Henry Bwisa of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Today I want to talk about teaching entrepreneurship. And I'm saying to teach and examine entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship units entirely in a classroom lecture hall situation is to do injustice to entrepreneurship. That is my conviction. Now, let me introduce you to my structure of teaching entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship units in a semester. Yes, I take 30% in the classroom, in the lecture hall. We call this passive lectures. That's what Confucius said. I hear and I forget. Or tell me in the lecture hall and I'll forget. Yes. That is 30% passive teacher-centered lecturing. Then I take 50%. You can see I put my students in groups, or they even actually go out in the field to experience active corporate planning and experiencing from the experiential learning model. What they're going to do is they're going to relate what we've covered in theory and principles in class and relate them to the field to see its applicability. When they graduate, how are they going to apply them? Or is the theory that we're teaching relevant to the outside world? And then, this is when they are in the field, they will see, and that's what Confucius said. I see and I remember. Or let me see it in the field and I will remember. And then finally, 20%, my students over there, they are now presenting in class. 20% active presenting and sharing. And that's what Confucius says. I do and I understand. Or let me present it to others and I will understand. Look at it. I've covered the cognitive domain, Bloom. I've covered the affective domain and the psychomotor domain. And this has helped. I've got feedback. Students, many of my students have even started businesses while still on campus in year one because of that approach. Now, recently, there was, at the onset of the COVID in Kenya, there was a lot of reporting about teenage pregnancies. Many, 4,000 in one Machakos, one county. And just about that time, I was teaching a class, human resource management class, technology and innovation. And as usual, the assignment, examination assignment, was to come out of the class, they go out in groups, relate what we have been covering in class, identify a problem or a situation, and apply that knowledge that we have covered in class to that real world situation. And come back to class to present. But here you see, COVID conditions did not allow us to come back and present in class. So what I did, is I ask the groups to make videos of their presentations, plus hard copy written projects to come, or to, for me to assess their ability to apply what I've given them in class. These particular students applied the WISA innovation model. Listen to them, they will explain this WISA. I coined it from my letters of my name, borrowing from the Scamper method, for those who can Google and see what Scamper is. So I have my copyrighted WISA model. Listen to these girls.
My name is Caroline Jokimaina. Both of us are students of Human Resource Management, that we are second semester. Now the project that we came up with is a project of cheap sanitary towels that we are using the locally available materials to make a home sanitary towels. So we came up with this idea as a result of the challenges that Kenyan women, both old women and young girls, and we observe that a million plus women are not able to access the sanitary towels. And these things really came up during Corona period. It's when we got to see a lot of unwanted pregnancy with most of the teenagers in Kenya, and there was a result of transactional sex, whereby they go with men, and they have sex with men for exchange of petty cash in order to buy the sanitary towel. There's a very big challenge, and it's something bad, it's something immoral, because you see these girls, as a result, they're not able to go back to school, they start feeling lower, and they have to remain at home. Sometimes it doesn't feel nice to have a wanted pregnancy or enough unwanted. It's not nice. So we used the WISA model, which is blend, wipe, improvise, substitute, and adjust. We blended different materials such as needle and thread mattress, nylon paper, baton, and then we wiped first of all pollution. Since these are, you can wash them, you can reuse them, and also we're able to wipe the expenses that come with buying sanitary towels every month. We improvised on the different materials that we used. For example, an old mattress that we used to sleep on, we will thread for knitting clothes, and button for a shirt. We were able to improvise on those two. And then substitute, we decided to substitute the manufactured sanitary towels, which are usually 150 shillings, with all materials that can be used from your home. You can use the thread even from your shirt if you can afford to buy your thread and old mattress. And also we decided to adjust. We adjusted the different uses of the different materials to benefit us in this venture. Yeah. So the methodology, I'm going to explain the methodology. Oh, sorry. I'm going to explain the methodology and the way we came up with this thing. First, we got an old mattress. We got to cut around 15 centimeters, and the thickness should not be that big. So we were able to knit the old mattress with the nylon paper. This is the nylon paper. The nylon paper. This one is locally available. You can get it. Like you can get it in Kenya. We have a lot of nylon. And then after knitting it together, at the top of this mattress, we were able to place at least another old piece of cotton from a recyclable t-shirt, maybe an old t-shirt at home, your father's t-shirt. You can cut a cotton shirt. Yeah, a cotton shirt, sorry, precisely. And we threaded it together in order to make such a pad. This is a pad. It's comfortable. It's spongy. It can absorb the fluid, and we were able to thread the rings. Yeah, as the central part, so that you can put it on the panty. Please put it on the panty. Then use the buttons to hold that so that it does not fall. Yeah, this is a very nice pad. You can use it for like 7. You can use it for around 7 times before you dispose it. Because the challenge here may be heating with water, and then after using, you're supposed to wash it. You're supposed to soak it in a salty water, and salt is locally available. Salt is actually one of the cheapest things we have in our country. To kill germs, to kill germs. Use cold water. Yeah, use cold water. You're not supposed to wash blood with hot water. It will stain, yeah? It will form stains. So after soaking it in the water, maybe an overnight, in the morning you can wake up, take clean water, and bar of soap. I think most of us can afford at least a bar of soap, and those who can't afford, we have cheap soaps that are locally made, and they're also good. During COVID, we were told a soap is a soap, and all soaps are good and they can kill germs, so we don't have a special soap among water soap, a soap is a soap. You can use the locally available bar soap or the liquid soap that you usually use in the village and wash it. Then you put it in direct sunlight. It's not supposed to be damp. You're not supposed to hang it in the room. You're supposed to get a place that has a direct sunlight. You hang it there and you let it dry completely, because the minute it doesn't dry completely and you put it in your private part, which is a very sensitive part for women, you may end up developing infections like urinary tract infections, which are very dangerous infections, and they are very distant. So some of the advantages of using this is that they are washable. The materials that we use are very affordable, and the fact that you can reuse it, it helps to reduce pollution of the environment, as it takes a very long time for a plant to decay. Also, they are able to raise the self-esteem of the young girls. They don't have to feel ashamed because they have their menstrual cycle. And then they are able to go to school, because most of the time you find 20% of the education is supposed to be babies because of the fact that babies every month due to their periods. And then they are easily affordable, yes. But some of the disadvantages could be water. Water could be a very big problem for some people, and hence being able to wash it after every time you use it could be hard, and also accessing the soap. Some people might not be able to even afford that soap. Yes. So our recommendation, we can recommend the non-government organization or non-government organization, profitable, and also the politicians, mostly the women that we really have in managing these problems. They can help us to disseminate the knowledge to the girls, to show them how to make it, because they can make them at the comfort of the home. It's also interesting to make it, and this will help us to prevent so many challenges that come up with menstruation. Some girls even have to sit at the hall for some hours so that they can manage their menstrual flow, which is very sad. And maybe in the places where they did that, it's a very hot place like Turkana, a very hot place with sun, so it generally burns the life their lives. It also helps to reduce the stigma that comes with menstruation. There are a lot of cultures that think that menstruation makes a pregnancy, and by showing them how to take care of themselves, how to handle it, they are able to reduce that stigma. In conclusion, we are happy for this project. We also looking forward to improve our plan. We can make it better, and we promise to show the girls in our village how to make this project also, as we recommend to other people. And we thank Professor Lisa for giving this opportunity. We were able to think and come up with something we never got again. We can think of something that we can implement. Yeah, thank you so much, Professor Lisa. We are really appreciative.
Yes, this is a presentation by the students, and when I got this presentation, I disseminated it through WhatsApp groups just to see how the populace takes the message that is being given. Now, I had many positive responses. Let us sample some. This is a Kenyan business lady on a WhatsApp group, and she says, these are best thinkers. I'm trying to imagine what came into their mind and made them innovate that. It's really something good to be introduced to the market. Very affordable. I think of girls from poor areas who can't afford the expensive parts. This will be best sold to them. Solution to them. Kudos to the girls. This is a lady from the populace recommending what the girls have done. Then from a Kenyan teenage second school girl, she simply says, a nice project, looks like it has touched her. Then there is this Ugandan managing director, no words, just an emoji, points it and says, you are the best. And this is from a renowned South African lady, an incubation industry guru. She says, this is an excellent story by two innovative ladies. Hope you scored them well, Professor Buisa. Yes, indeed, I scored these students well. Look at it. From the classroom, they captured the principles, the models. Look, they have used the Buisa model. They internalized this model. They went out to the field 50% of the time. They observed the situation. They studied the situation. And they generated a solution to the situation, applying the principles in class. And what have they done? They have then come up with a product which they can produce. Look at how it has been received by the public. They can produce it. They can become trainers. They can train others. This is something ladies and girls can make from the comfort of their own houses and, you know, save on the expenses. Look, the girls say it costs 150 shillings. 150 shillings, and you see, once, it's not affordable to many. They have mentioned counties like Turkana, rural areas like Turkana, where affordability can be a problem. Now, someone might be saying, but these are human resource management students. How does this relate to their cause? One, imagine an organization with a sizable number of employees being women. Imagine the productivity, the labor productivity lost because of the situation, the menstrual situation that the students have explained. And we start relating. that it is relevant. 2, these students went out and observed a particular problem and they have solved it. What does that mean? They have the capacity and the capability to observe any other problem, including the problem in human resource directly, and, convert or make a solution for them. These are my past students. I've not given them any written exam, but you can guess how many written exam questions they have answered here. Describing, discussing, analyzing. Think of it. Go back through the video and see that you can set more than 10 written examination questions and for people to recall. Finally, you have seen, therefore, if you are an educationist, you have seen that we have gone through the cognitive domain, the affective domain, and the psychomotor domain. So, if you enjoyed it, like it, share it, and subscribe so that you can get notices for more. And if you are touched and you feel like supporting us, bring you more, then visit our website and follow the donate directions, or simply use our buy goods till number 547-6465. I want to repeat. To teach and examine entrepreneurship and related units entirely in the classroom is to do injustice to the field of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship objective is to create employers out of our graduates and not employees. And these girls are on that route. If they don't get their wage employment, they have already something they can do, and their minds can always address a problem and construct a solution for it, and they'll be in business, they'll be earning their living. Thank you, and have a practical day. Want you.